Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So on this short Saturday, I'll be taking a look at some of Delugs' latest strap offerings. So Delugs is a local strap label. In my opinion, they are one of my favorite strap labels as they offer some great handmade straps for less than 100 SGD. So I reviewed their straps a couple of times. I think I have about a dozen straps from them. But today, they have sent over these 4 straps. Their Barbell Strap, their Nubuck Strap, the Pueblo Strap, as well as the Russian Hatch Screen Strap for me to review. So these are some of their latest 2020 strap offerings, and I'm stoked to share them with you guys. But before we delve into each individual strap, I just want to share a bit, since it's my first video review on Delugs, I just want to share a bit on why I love Delugs so much as a brand. So first and foremost, perhaps I will just use this as an example. So first and foremost, all of Delugs straps are actually handmade. So as you guys can see, a proof of that is in the handmade saddle stitching, right? You can see how the stitching is sort of uneven, and you can see how the stitching is actually the same thickness on both sides. So here's a pro tip: if you want to know whether a strap is hand stitched or machine stitched, just look at whether the stitching is the same thickness on both sides. If it's a machine stitched strap, you'll find that while it's thicker on the outside, it's often much thinner on the inside. So as you can see here, they're both of the same thickness, indicating that they were hand sewn by your thread and needle. So there's that. Delugs, in line with their artisanal process, I'm not quite sure if you can see this clearly. Perhaps I use another color. So actually, their strap artisans actually hand dye the edge of each strap. So they hand dye it, they smooth it out, they buff it, so you get a very nice consistency, very nice color on the side as well. On cheaper, machine factory straps, you might find that their peeling is uneven, there are bumps, and etc. etc. Whereas on a handmade strap from a brand like Delugs, there's edge finishing here, so that you just silky smooth goodness all around. Next, Delugs actually use Zermatt leather to line all of their straps. So if you guys don't know what Zermatt is a luxurious hypoallergenic leather used by big brands such as Hermes, right, to line their leather products, their bags, their watch straps, etc. It's very supple, it's very soft to the touch, and it's resistant to both sweat and water. So to me, when buying a strap or when wearing a strap, the lining is actually the most important part of a strap for me, because it's the part of the strap that comes into contact with your skin, right? So it's very important, it's paramount that it feels nice and premium. So if you read some of my written reviews, I sometimes complain about those cardboard-like lining that you might find on cheaper straps. But you get none of that here. Very nice Zermatt leather lining. As you guys can see, it's very nice, very luxurious looking, very very premium to the touch. Now, the last reason why I love Delugs straps so much is actually, as you guys can see here, all of their straps comes with quick release spring bars. So to change your strap, you can simply just remove it like that in a matter of seconds. If you want to put it back, let's do this. There you go, the straps attached. So I can literally change the straps in like 5 seconds, if I wanted to. So as someone like me who have a lot of watches, a lot of straps, changing straps, having quick release spring bars for easy interchangeability, that's a great boon for me. So yeah, and of course you don't scratch the lugs as well, because of quick release spring bars. So yeah, so those are the 4 reasons why I love Delugs straps so much at the price point that they're at, which is under 100 Singapore dollars. You get great hand stitching, get hand applied edge finishing, you get Zermatt leather, and you get quick release spring bars. Alright, let's move on to the straps itself. So the first strap that we'll talk about is their new Barbell Strap. So we see this here, I paired it on my Undone Type 20 watch. You see this here in the jean grey version. So all their straps that we see today are what they consider their slim straps, okay? So Barbell leather is a vegetable tan leather, from the Tempestry tannery in Italy. So with a look and feel that closely resembles fabric. Let me see if I can get it closer to the camera here. So in this particular case, it's supposed to evoke the looks of your denim jeans, and I think it does that quite well, as you guys can see. So I've reviewed a couple of denim straps before, but I must say that I think this one that we have here surpasses them all. The texture is subtle, but it's evident. It doesn't scream denim, but upon closer inspection, you definitely get the feel and look of it, and I really quite like that as well. it's quite, and I would say that this particular jean grey version, this grey version is quite versatile as well. If I paired it with a number of watches, it pairs well with your black face watches, your white face watches, your navy face watches, and as such. On the wrist, the Barbell Strap wears very comfortably due to its matte lining and its slim nature. The length is great as well for my Asian wrist. So overall, let me do perhaps a slower wrist roll for you guys. And you get to see how the texture really pops on this strap. So yeah, I really enjoyed this Barbell Strap. If you're looking for something that resembles fabric, especially like jeans or linen or whatsoever, you can definitely consider the Barbell Strap from Delugs. Alright, the next strap that we're talking about is their Nubuck strap. So if you're familiar with straps, Nubuck should be a familiar material for you guys. However, Nubuck is usually used as a lining. As the outer strap material itself is slightly rarer. It's a material that closely resembles suede, but with a tad more structure. It's supple, it's flexible. It's very thin, it's very flexible. But it still has a bit more structure than your suede straps. It's compared to suede straps, Nubuck straps are actually constructed from the outer layer of the calf skin. So as such, it's supposed to be more durable and more strong than your suede leather. So you can put this through everyday wear as everyday strap with your everyday watch with no issues at all. So personally for me, I really like, I don't know if the camera can capture this, but I really like the velvety texture of the Nubuck strap. While your suede straps might come across as a bit more casual, Nubuck has more of a premium feel to it. Again, it feels very nice to the touch, yet without the formality, I would say, of an alligator leather strap would. It's the perfect balance of casual and formal, and it works well with a variety of watches here. However, I think it works best because of its minimalist nature of the strap. I think it works best on your cleaner watches, such as this Hervé Alva that I have here. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. It gives also a very clean and very minimalist look. Let me just give you guys a quick wrist roll. There you go. See, it pairs very well with the Hervé Alva. A very nice, very minimalist strap. If you want the watch to be the highlight on your wrist, I think a Nubuck strap is a good way to go, as it really serves as a nice base or platform for the watch to shine. Alright, so before we go, this is the Nubuck strap from Delugs in dark brown. Alright, next we have the Pueblo Strap. So the Pueblo Strap is actually pretty similar to your Nubuck strap, but with a bit more texture to it, and just a bit more texture and a bit more structure to it, I'll say. So the leather itself, Pueblo leather, actually comes from the Italian, or at least the Pueblo leather that Delugs uses, actually comes from the Italian tannery Babele Carlo, which is a member of the genuine Italian vegetable tan leather consortium. So again, it's a full grade Italian vegetable tan leather. Pueblo leather is fashioned from the shoulder of the height, and therefore has a bit more strength and durability even when compared to your Nubuck straps. So Pueblo leather is known for more of their distinctive look. So again, let me see, the camera can showcase this. There's a very nice rustic patterning. There's reminiscent of suede leather again, but it feels more to a touch and it feels more sophisticated. There's a lovely vintage look. You guys can see the little scruffs here, right? There's a very lovely vintage look, and it will patina beautifully over time. So here's the wrist roll. In my opinion, Pueblo leather pairs very well with your vintage inspired, or even with your vintage watches in general. So here I put it on my Eza, vintage inspired 1972 reissue. I would say it really goes very well because of the texture of the strap itself. Really, lends the watch and enhance vintage vibe. Right, so before we go, this is the Pueblo leather strap paired on my Eza, 1972. Very, very nice strap. Great for vintage watches. Now, last but not least, Delugs also sent me their Russian hedge grain watch strap. So, Delugs sources their Russian hedge grain leather from the esteemed, perhaps the most famous tannery in the world, Horween Tannery from Chicago, USA. Historically known as one of the finest leathers in the world, your Russian calf leather undergoes a very laborious tanning process, and is used to create some of the most sought after bespoke shoes and leather products in the world. So as you guys can see, this Russian hash grain strap has a texture that is very similar to Epsom leather, although in a more subtle execution. Actually, let me show you guys the difference. I do actually have a Delugs Epsom strap here. So you guys can see how, perhaps, let me hold it side by side. You guys can see how the Epsom leather has a more prominent texture as compared to, you know, the hash grain patterning on the Russian hash grain strap. Here on the left, you know, the texture is a bit more subtle, but overall I would say it's still pretty pronounced as compared to the other three straps that we have seen previously. And it's one of the most aesthetically striking ones that we have seen and reviewed today. Looks wise, it reminds me of like expensive cushions or, you know, expensive dress shoes. It's a royal feel to the strap. It's one that has an innate character, you know, and should pair well with a watch that, in my opinion, is more busy or loud, such as the Octurus Lion City one that we have here. So on the wrist, I would say that the Russian hash grain leather strap feels amazing. You know, it's very supple. It feels amazing on the wrist. There's no break-in period required, as, you know, some leather straps do. Look at that. It's a pretty slim strap as well, so it should pair well with, you know, your dress watches or vintage watches. Here again, I paired it with my Octurus Lion City one, and I must say it's a match made in heaven. You know, I think the regal nature of the strap matches the Art Deco feel of the watch perfectly. Alright, so those are the 4 straps that Delugs sent me for review. So in my opinion, Delugs, you know, fantastic value proposition. There's nothing that I can find fault with per se. You know, all these straps here that we see, all the 4 straps here that we see are, you know, brilliantly constructed, right? There's great, all of them just great leather. You know, in some cases, Italian leathers, and for here, you know, from the Horween Tannery in USA. So they're all great leathers. They all have your Zermatt lining, your hand stitching, hand dyed, quick release spring brass, etc. And the texture of some of the straps are simply phenomenal. The price point is great as well. So the retail price of, you know, these straps are 80 USD each. If you use the promo code WASOSHOK, you can get a 15% off your first order from Delugs straps. So after the 15% discount, each strap would be just 68 USD or about 92 Singapore dollars. At under $100, it's really hard enough to find, I would say, a handmade strap, much less one that's as well constructed and as well put together as this. Now, I've owned and reviewed like a dozen Delugs straps to date. You know, this is one of the earlier Epsom ones. And I must praise Delugs for their consistency. Every time I order a Delugs strap, I know what it's going to feel like, what it's going to look like. And they have a wide variety of straps available on their online website as well, so you can check it out. You know, there's definitely something for everyone. Again, I know this might be a bit overwhelmingly positive, but there's nothing I can knock here. You know, their straps are great, the price point is great, everything is great. The only sort of caveat I would say is that, at least for this you know, line of straps, there are new 2020 straps, all the straps are pretty slim. So, you know, as you can see, I paired them mostly with your dress watches or your vintage inspired watches. If you have a slightly bigger, bulkier dive watch, you know, you have something like a Panerai or Hublot, these slim straps may not be for you. You may want to look elsewhere. But otherwise, you know, these are terrific straps for the price. And so again, you know, if you guys are interested in these straps, you can use the promo code WASOSHOK for 15% off. After the discount, each strap will just be 68 USD or 92 Singapore dollars each, which is a great price. You know, I think at $92 Singapore dollars is even cheaper than some of the Hersh straps that we find off the rack. So to conclude, I must say it's great. I've known Kenneth, which is the boss of Delugs, and I've known his straps for quite some time already. I would say about 2 years already, and I can see how, you know, the brand has been improving from batch to batch. These straps are much better than some of the earlier straps that he has sent me. So I can't wait to see, you know, what the brand introduces in 2021. And that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. And as always, there's another review coming out tomorrow, so do stay tuned for that. Alright, thanks for watching. Ciao!